I'm going to get a nice stretch through here. Now this works really well, but I like to do it a little bit differently, and I'm going to do it with my hand against the wall, just like this. In last week's video we talked about how there is a link between poor posture and shoulder pain, and in particular if we don't address our posture, then our shoulder pain could potentially become a chronic issue. So I also talked about how there's 3 ways to start to improve your posture. We need to stretch all the tight muscles in the front, we need to strengthen the weak muscles in the back, and we also need to make sure that there's no restrictions or dysfunction in our spine and neck. Now in today's video I want to share with you some of my favourite ways of stretching the chest, and next week we're going to talk about some of my favourite ways of strengthening the back. Hi there, I'm Craig from Elevate Chiropractic, and I've been helping people feel, move and function better for the last 14 years. So when it comes to stretching the chest, there's a couple of common ways of doing it, but there's also my preferred way. So let's go and show you how to do that. So the most common way of stretching a chest out is the classic doorway stretch. We'd come to the door frame and have our arm at 90 degrees. We're going to push that shoulder forward, rotate away, and we get a nice stretch through here. Now this works really well, but I like to do it a little bit differently, and I'm going to do it with my hand against the wall, just like this. So you're going to place a hand flat against the wall, and then we're going to again push the shoulder forward, rotate away, and you're going to get that nice stretch through the front of your chest here. I like to change this up a little bit. You can also put this part of your hand against the wall, just like this. And you can also play with the height of your hand. So as you move your hand to different positions, it's going to feel the stretch, or it's going to emphasize the stretch in slightly different areas. So you can play around with this and get it right where you need it. Now, as with any stretch, I'd suggest to hold this for like 5 deep, slow breaths. I like to hold it for a number of breaths because it enables you to hold the stretch for longer. It also forces you to breathe, which is important. We don't want to be holding our breath when we're doing our stretching. And thirdly, is we can use the breath to help slowly get a better stretch. So as you breathe in, when you breathe out, you can go a little bit deeper in, and you'll generally find you'll be able to go a little bit further. So make sure you give that a go when you're doing your stretches. So there you have my favourite way of stretching the chest out against the wall. And this is a bit more of an active stretch because we're actively stretching our muscles. Another way you can start to get some release through here is a bit more of a passive stretch. My favourite way to do this would be to lie on the floor with your legs up onto a chair. Now I call this the static back position. We're going to have our arms by our side, palms facing the roof. Now just lying in this position is a nice gentle stretch for most people, just because we are often in that rounded kyphotic type posture that we're talking about. But this stretch is a good way of just counterbalancing that. Now if you want to increase this a little bit more, you could lie on a rolled up towel. You could also lie on a 90 centimeter foam roller. The reason I suggest a 90 centimeter one is because when you're lying on it, your pelvis and your head will still be on the roller, and that way we're not going to have our head bent over the back or our pelvis tilted down. It's just that much more comfortable. You can also do this lying on like a narrow bench, like a weights bench at the gym, and you're going to have your arms down by your side, and then you can just change the position of your arms to change the emphasis of the stretch, just like I showed you against the wall. Again, you're going to hold these for about 5 to 6 deep slow breaths. You're just going to lie there and relax and really try and release some of that tightness in the front of your chest. So hopefully, if you try these, it'll give you a little bit of relief from your shoulder. It'll allow you to start to improve your posture. Now, if you have tried these and you've tried some strengthening stuff in your mid-back, bear in mind I'm going to show you some new things to try with that in my next video. But if you're trying these things and you're still suffering, then maybe there is that third component which we're not addressing, and there is some sort of dysfunction within your spine. Just as another example of this, there's a study published, I just saw this morning, published in 2021, where they looked at the incidence of cervical spine pathology and rotator cuff tears, and they found that those people that had dysfunction in their neck had a 1.52-fold increase in the risk of rotator cuff tears compared to people that didn't. So again, just another link between our spine and our shoulder pain. So if you've tried these stretches and some strengthening and you're still suffering, then maybe there is that spinal component, and if you would like someone to have a look at that, I'd love to help you out. So feel free to give me a call on 413-5312 and I can see if I'm the right person to help you. But until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.